This is a great tool that will help you to become more productive. If you find that you are doing the same thing with similar emails over and over and over again, I promise you, I promise you that you will benefit from this trick.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
I know it sounds silly, but one of the most overwhelming things that we deal with as appraisers is our freaking inbox, our email. I'm going to share with you a trick today that is hopefully going to be new to you, something that you can use, something that you can start today that will help to reduce that overwhelm. I want to pause here, remind you that we are sponsored by ANOW Software. ANOW, of course, helps you to reduce the overwhelm because it helps you to manage everything that goes on in your appraisal office. It's amazing. It's wonderful. You need to check it out by going to anow.com. That's ANOW.com. All right, folks, one of the things that is most frustrating to an appraiser is trying to deal with so much going on that you just don't feel like you ever get anything accomplished. And it's not just appraisers, but small business owners across the nation deal with this on a regular basis. And one of the most challenging and difficult things that we deal with is our, do I dare say it? Plug your kids' ears. Our damn inbox, right? This overwhelm. You wake up in the morning and there's 150 emails in your inbox. And you're like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to get anything done today, right? And that is not an unusual number. In fact, I would say that on average, I need to go back and check, but on average, we get between 300 and 400 emails a day. I kid you not. These are not spam. These are actual emails that we need and that we need to deal with. And that's the problem. Because I could sit here all day long on a minisode and say, just get rid of your spam, right? And there's ways to do that. But what about those important emails that have to be taken care of? Well, let me share with you a little trick that you can use in Gmail, you can use in Outlook, that will change the way that you look at your email, because you won't have to look at your email anymore, at least a lot of it. I want to pause here and remind you that we're sponsored by ANOW Software. ANOW is what I use to manage my entire appraisal office, and that means I know where every order is. Just a few minutes ago, I reached out to my office manager and I said, hey, why am I going to this one tomorrow? This isn't one that I need to go to. This is a client that that allows a trainee to go out and do the inspection on. And she goes, oh, hold on, let me check. Yep, you're right. Sorry. And what had she had done? She had just opened up ANOW. She had looked up the address, and she could click on the order form. And oh, boom. Yep, you're right, Dustin. Sorry. I don't know why I scheduled you to do that, but you're good to go. You're free tomorrow. I'm going to send somebody else out to do that. Folks, she could do that in a very short period of time. Why? Well, because we have ANOW Software. ANOW.com. That's ANOW.com. All right, folks, welcome back. We're talking today about, we're talking about your inbox. We're talking about your email. Folks, it's an essential tool. It's a tool that we need and that we use, but it can be overwhelming. Let me share with you a brief secret, a brief trick. Some of you may know about it and just aren't doing it. Some of you may not know about it. If you know about it and are not doing it, I highly recommend that you give it a shot. If you don't know about it, well, stay tuned, stay and pay attention. It's called filtering. Okay, now we use Gmail in our office. It's a free service, well, almost free. We do pay for the paid version, but it's almost free. And everybody in our office has their own email account, and it all goes through Gmail. I'm 99.9% sure you can do this with Outlook as well if you're a Microsoft person. And I'm sure there's other ways of doing it in whatever email system that you use. I know there's some paid services out there that do this as well for you. But filtering is simply this. It's taking regular emails that are standard, that are straightforward, and directing them to the right place. Okay, that right place might be spam, right? I often will try to unsubscribe from spam, and if it doesn't work, then I will filter. Anytime I get an email from this company, I want you, Gmail, to filter to spam, okay? And then all of a sudden I never see it again. But where I use filtering most is with my employees. So let me give you an example. We often get paid through ACH or direct deposit. With that usually comes an email that says, hey, you just got paid for 123 Any Street. There's now $650 in your account. Well, okay. Two things need to happen. Number one, we need to mark it as paid in ANOW. And I've got a gal by the name of Lisa that does that for me. And I want to see it because I want to make sure that it actually got deposited. So I double check my bank account and say, oh yeah, they said it got deposited. There it is. Okay. But my office manager does not need to see that, nor does she need to take time to click on it and hit forward and send it to Lisa and myself and then hit archive. So I set up a filter for that very thing. Anytime I get an email that says ACH deposited, archive it, skip the inbox, and forward a copy to Dustin and to Lisa. That's it. It takes about 5 seconds to set up. And now I no longer have to see that email. There's a gal that works in my office, a VA, a virtual assistant, who does parts of the research. And often she needs to reach out to the county and ask for information. And so she does that through email. When they answer her back, there's always the same 3 words in the subject line, because that's the subject line that she uses to send to them. And it is property data requested. Okay, so when it comes back, it says RE, property data requested. Hey, L, here's the information you requested on 123 Annie Street, right? That does not necessarily need to go to my office manager. It can go directly to L, my VA. So what happens? I set up a filter. When it comes in, it automatically forwards to L and archives the email. It skips the inbox. Nobody sees it except L, but everything gets taken care of. By the way, that all remains in my archive. It's not like it's lost forever. Every once in a while, we have to go in there and just kind of scan, make sure we didn't miss anything, but typically we don't. This is a great tool that will help you to become more productive. If you find that you are doing the same thing with similar emails over and over and over again, I promise you, I promise you that you will benefit from this trick. Speaking of other tips and tricks and abilities to be able to be more efficient, I hope you'll join my All-Star team on a monthly basis. We are talking about efficiency tools, hiring, firing, managing, growing, marketing, you name it, anything that has to do with you becoming a more successful business owner, you will find by going to my website and becoming a part of the All-Star team. It's theappraisercoach.com, theappraisercoach.com.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.